Lois Arena, it is a pleasure to have you here to talk. We just finished the Buildings of Excellence Round 4 award ceremony, and you delivered some really inspiring remarks during that. Thank you, and could you start by introducing yourself and your work a little bit?
Sure. Lois Arena with Stephen Winter Associates. I am the director of the High Performance Building Solutions Group. Basically what we do, our team is, our niche is large scale, different passive house projects and net zero projects. So we don't do anything that's maybe under like 50 to 100,000 square feet in size. And then we're doing office space, we're doing hotel, really exciting new types of projects. So that's kind of what we get to focus on.
Yeah, some of the most important and kind of cutting edge, big sort of, you're solving new problems with every building. It's really inspiring to see your work, and I'm sure it's very challenging, but also gratifying to be in the place you are.
It is.
And so you have this kind of front row seat on what's happening, this transition from fossil fuel, dirty, carbon intensive buildings, often unhealthy buildings, to cleaner, more resilient, low carbon buildings. And I know that you've seen the impact that the Buildings of Excellence program has had kind of on that transition here in New York and on the ground. So could you talk a little bit about like the importance of that and what role this program has had in New York?
Absolutely. So it took people who were a little hesitant because they didn't know what the additional costs were going to be to achieve these levels of efficiency, and it allowed them to take that step. And so because of it, we have databases full of project information, cost information, lessons learned that we can offer. You know, we're happy to tell you what didn't work so you don't make the same mistakes again. So I think that, and it's exciting because it's not just our New York projects that I point to that database of everybody in the surrounding area, Boston, Massachusetts, Connecticut, everybody. I'm like, go here, you'll see it's been done before. And that relieves people, like it gives them some confidence to move forward.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So when you just saw the award winners unveiled, what excites you most about this crop this year?
So it was really great to see all of the different types of buildings. Like we saw small scale to large scale. We saw modular. We saw existing buildings in there, which is fantastic because that's the hardest thing to do. So like the variety of projects that were awarded, I think is really exciting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So as you're looking then to the future and what the kind of next challenges are for this transition to these better buildings, what is that challenge, and what do you think we need to do to tackle that?
Yeah, so there's the really difficult ones are the existing buildings, especially in the urban areas where you have the setback control and, you're at property line already, and how are we going to do that? How do you get ventilation in those? How do we deal? And the other really big thing that people don't understand from a multifamily perspective is domestic hot water. It is an enormous part of the load in the building now that we crushed the heating and cooling. Yeah. And so how do we what's the next step in domestic hot water's life? How do we crack that? Because we're already with efficient equipment. So, and it's still an enormous load. Right. So what do we do? So those are kind of the areas that we're constantly being challenged in.
That makes so much sense. So what else is there that you'd like to add before we wrap up? This has been really great, Lois. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, no worries. I think, if you're scared to try this, you're not the first one that's done it now. Yeah, there's so many examples. Go to the website, check out the projects, talk to the teams. All of the contact information is there. Reach out. Everybody's always willing to share in this community. So take the step.